Alright, Fishaholics, welcome back to another episode. In Josh's car right now, and we are starting a little road trip that we just kind of threw together like a couple days ago, really spontaneous, and we're heading out to Chicago, Illinois. It's my first time heading out to the Windy City, or actually first time heading out to the Midwest. You've been out there a couple times.
Yeah.
And we've got a few, fishing rods, got some fishing tackle. Not really sure what to expect in terms of what we're gonna catch. I'm thinking like cold water species, primarily like trout. And obviously we'll be game to catch whatever, and just capture my or our entire experience along our journey on the way out. It's 8:39 a.m. right now. It should take us till about 7 p.m. to get there, but we are going to stop a little bit on the way to get some gas, I'm assuming. Also maybe shop a little at Bass Pro Shops or Cabela's, and just make a real cool adventure out of it. So thanks for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that like button if you enjoy. But yeah, let's start it off and we'll see if we can catch some fish. Don't leave me hanging. Well, I passed out for about like an hour and woke up, and then we just ran into some crazy bumper to bumper traffic. The right lane's closed, and it looks like there's some kind of pile up going on here. Check this out. Gosh, that was insane. I've never seen anything like that. And 2 days ago, we had a really nasty snowstorm here in the Northeast, and I guess a lot of these trucks were probably traveling, doing their work, and oh my gosh, there's a truck that ran into the side of the mountain here. Whew. I've never seen anything like it. That was crazy. All right, well, we're back on the move again. We'll pump the tunes. I'll try and stay awake as long as I can before taking another little nap, and then maybe I'll jump behind the wheel. But, whew. All right, well, made it to Ohio, and Josh is tired. I'm gonna take a little nappy, and I'm taking over. All right, well, we are at our next stop here in Perrysburg, Ohio, at the Bass Pro Shops Outdoor World. But yeah, we're just gonna go inside, stretch our legs a little bit, probably look at some of the fish. They probably got like a fish tank in there. Gonna mask up first probably, and might buy a couple small lures, nothing crazy, and then get back on the road. Made it to the lure section, and I'm specifically looking for, I think, like some Berkeley flicker shads. I don't even know if they still make them, but I think those will be something that will work pretty well for some cold water species on the big Lake Michigan. So we're gonna take a few laps around the aisle, see if we can find what we need. All right, well, we found the Berkeley flicker shads, and I believe I have, you know, already a couple like that, but I want to get possibly a couple more, and maybe some different colors with some nice flash in it. Whoa, Jesus. A little bit. I saw your shadow, so I would like kind of prepare, you know, brace for impact. Yeah, we're just gonna keep shopping around. Probably just primarily buy a couple more of these baits, and I guess I'll show you what I get once I decide. I'm still kind of trying to think. All right, well, we got what we needed. I got two like chrome colored Berkeley flicker shads, and then I got one perch colored Berkeley flicker shad. And I think primarily, you know, I'm thinking we're gonna focus on fishing Lake Michigan. So there's a ton of different types of bait in there, so I just kind of want to have something flashy, chrome type, maybe to like imitate like a minnow or a little shad or whatever little bait fish could be in the shallows, and then perch, because there could be also some juvenile perch in shallow as well, and hopefully some trout. We'll take a fancy to them and nail them. But we're about ready to get back on the road. I guess see you at the next stop, or maybe at our final destination. I'm not really sure. All right, well, we finally made it. Took about 10 or 11 hours driving, and I am here in Chicago, Illinois, and for the first time ever, I am looking out upon Lake Michigan. It just feels so surreal and awesome to finally be along the shores of one of the Great Lakes. And I fished near Lake Ontario before, but I've actually never seen it. So it's definitely pretty cool to be here. And it's about 8 a.m. Josh is still crashing back at the crib. And I'm taking a little bit of a hike, probably like 30 minutes south to a marina or like harbor area. And I'm just gonna start plugging away there and seeing if we can find some biters. And we have made it to our first spot of the day, this little bowl-like harbor. And it's the first time that I'm actually seeing this in person. I've only really been snooping around by the use of Google Maps. And we're just gonna start casting around and working along the edges of like this concrete wall. And there's like a nice looking peninsula that way, so we'll probably work that way first, hit that, and then run and gun and kind of loop all the way around to the far side. Primarily, we're targeting like brown trout, rainbow trout, cold water species. It's winter. That's what I think we'll have the best shot of really trying to catch. And if we can't get it done in this little harbor, Josh just texted me that he just woke up and he's gonna meet me here in the car, so we can always hop in the car and head to another spot. Oh yeah, that looks good right there on the end of that dock. There's a ton of floating docks in this little harbor. So in reality, there could probably be some trout anywhere. And I'd imagine that they're probably on the move, cruising around, looking for forage. And even right at our feet along this wall looks pretty juicy. So I'm probably gonna, cast it out and work it all the way back to the wall. All right, took about half a dozen casts right here. No bites or follows, so move down to like the next little opening. Kind of unfortunate, they lock these gates here so you can't get out onto the docks. Water's pretty clear. It's like a really cool, like turquoise color. And I'd imagine if we see any fish like within like 2 feet of the surface, we'll probably see them cruising around. There he is. No bites yet or signs of fish, unfortunately.
Water's clean.
Yeah, it's nice. It looks good though. Yeah. Oh, big trout right there. Did you see that? That swirl? Oh my gosh, that was a massive fish. I think it was a trout. That was just insane. Oh my gosh, that was like this big. That is racing my heart right now. Whew. Whew. We might be undergunned. That looked like it could have been like a 10+ pound brown. Yeah.
That was a big ripple.
It ate something white. I'm not really sure what it was. It almost looked like a feather. Like really, it didn't look like a minnow or anything. Or maybe it was like a chunk of little minnow or something. But that right there is the reason I brought the net, because if we hooked into something like that and tried to land them from this wall, without a net, forget about it. Whew. Oh, we followed it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Big trout just followed it right in. Yeah, it's a little bit orange. It's a nice bait. It's got good flash on it. It's like a chartreuse orange, kind of, I would say. It's like really bright. And sometimes trout like that. They like a chartreuse green or a chartreuse orange. Oh, there he is. Got him. Got him. Saw him crush it. Followed it right into the wall. Oh, get the net, get the net. Woo! Yeah! That is a fatty. Oh my gosh. This is my first and biggest Lake Michigan brown. This is absolute gorgeous fish. Check that out right there. Whew. That is just insane. My heart is racing. Here, I'm gonna put him back in the net and we'll get a nice gentle release back into the water. All right, let's get a nice release on this beautiful brown. Now the crazy thing is, the first one that I spotted It's probably about double the size of that one. There she goes. Whew. That was absolutely epic. Pound it right there. All right, so check this out. That fish just absolutely destroyed this front mid-body treble. So I'm gonna go dig into my tackle bag, see if we can find a little bit stronger hook. All right, so what's pretty cool about these bubble blade pliers I brought is they have a little split ring tip on the end, so we can change out this hook pretty quick, right on the fly. All right, we're back in action and ready to go. All right, well, since what we're doing is working, I'll go over my setup real quick. I'm using a Penn Battle 1000 spooled with 8-pound fluoro, and then my rod is a 6'6" medium light power fast action St. Croix Triumph spinning rod, and it's actually the travel rod as well. And I brought this because it's got some really nice light action, perfect for trout, and it breaks down into like 4 pieces. And I also did bring another rod as like a backup, but that rod is slightly heavier, and if I decide to throw bigger baits in the next couple of days for some of the behemoths that are living in these harbors, then I might break that rod out. But for today, like, I was just trying to catch fish, any fish, and I wanted to really go light, so at least hopefully we could get more bites. And hey, paid off. Oh, big one right here. Oh my gosh. That is a tank, dude. Giant. Yeah. Woo! Oh my gosh, that is a giant. I can't believe I just caught that out of nowhere.
Oh my God.
Look at the size of this brown trout. This is absolutely insane. All right, I'm just gonna wet my hands with the net. Let's pop this hook out. Get a closer look at this just absolute behemoth of a brown trout. Oh my gosh. Look at the size of this Lake Michigan brown trout. Oh, it's just absolutely crazy. Thanks for feeding, baby. Oh. All right, one last final look, and let's get him on his way. Whew. All right, let's get this behemoth on his way. Woo! Yeah, there he goes. Oh, that felt absolutely amazing and made the 10 or 11 hour drive here all that much more worth it. All right, well, I think that is about a wrap. We are both starving, ready to head on out of here and get some grub. But we fished around most of this harbor, and there wasn't a whole lot of action going on, but at least I succeeded with a little bit of activity that I had. And we're gonna be around for like 2-3 more days. I got like a 3-day license, non-resident license, for like 15 bucks, and gonna hopefully get out a couple more times and just explore around and see what else we can catch. But really sweet to get out here and catch the biggest brown trout that I've probably ever caught, and catch my first 2 ever Lake Michigan fish. So pretty cool. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to keep up to date, and like always, live and fish to live.